All right, what's going on, guys? Good evening. Another crazy emotional day in the market. Weak hands getting shaken out, strong hands accumulating. It's nature, baby. It's nature, right? Strong survive. All right, so let's get into it here. Let's see what's going on this evening. How the hell are you guys? Candyman dropping that chatter. He says, since everyone's depressed, I'm starting out the live with a laugh. I told a joke on the Zoom meeting and nobody laughed. Turns out I'm not even remotely funny. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. My guy, Candyman. Always in a good mood. Absolutely, guys. Shout out to our very own jokester. Jetpack, what's up, buddy? Peace and power to the people. The crypto future is now. Hell yeah. Paul, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Big Mike, what's up, buddy? All day, family. Big Rob, keep leading us, brother. Amen to that, my friend. Anthony says, I don't think the bull run is over. If it is over, then I will be a bag holder for 4 years. Well, here's the thing, Anthony. Now, here's an interesting theory for you. If we didn't get the euphoric, crazy, super highs, then in theory, we shouldn't get the deep, deep lows either, right? So, yeah, that's kind of one way to think about it. Oh, House says, bull or bear, I may take a week or two off. Time for bed. I will catch at 4:30, my guy. There she is, the one and only Gamma Goddess in the house. Let's get this money. Are we selling tonight? Not me, not this cat. Ari, what's going on? Good to see you. Isaac, my dude, what's happening, man? Quentin's in the house. What's going on, brother? Strawberry Dragon says big money's being prepared for the biggest run in 2026. Let's get ready. Pete, thanks for everything you do, mate. It's truly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know me says smash a like and subscribe on your way in, folks. Yes, absolutely. What do we have? 160 people watching. We have 42 likes. Let's get it to 100, guys. You can do it. Put your back into it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Isaac says, dude, you put out so much content and I watch it all. My wife and kids think I'm on the phone all day. They'll thank me later. Zach, what's up, brother? What's happening? Long time no see indeed. Took some time away from the market after TP. Time to lock back in. Jasmy and Swift updates. What have I missed? Zach, I got some big news for you, brother. I am actually, per Hara's request, I'm actually going to Jasmy Labs in Tokyo next week to film a mini documentary series on Jasmy. I will be interviewing Hara and a few other people as well. That's what you've missed, brother. You know me, says Rob. Is it a good idea to sell some of my ZBEC right now and buy back at lower prices? Now, listen, I can't tell you what to do with your money. Not financial advice. Personally, I believe that would be a bad idea because if you sell for lower prices and then it goes up, boy, are you going to be upset, right? Yeah, personally, I think that nobody should be making drastic moves or moves that are not well thought through. So, rise above. What's happening, man? Jared says, I'm having a hard time sitting on my hands. Can't lie. But I've made a few mistakes as of late, even against better judgment. So I feel I'm getting a second chance. Silver lining. Absolutely, man. I'm tired, boss. Well, here's the thing about that. I look at it like the old sayings that Arnold Schwarzenegger used to have in Pumping Iron, right? He would say, when the muscle, when it starts to burn, when you can't do anymore, that's when you start to count. You don't start at 1, you start at 10, right? So when it starts to hurt, when it starts to burn, that's when it's starting, right? Thanks for all you do on the Patreon, Rob. We appreciate you helping and guiding us in this crazy cycle. Hey, absolutely. Yeah, I've been putting out a lot of content over there lately, just trying to make sure everybody knows what's going on, right? George, Bitcoin's going to hit 84K in my opinion. Then things will go absolutely bananas. Very interesting, man. Very possible. Very possible. J Money's in the house. Bulbasaur, what's happening, man? Moto says, who's depressed? I ain't depressed. I'm pumped. We're getting closer and closer. Amen to that. Absolutely. It's me, Mario. What's good, family? I'm really enjoying the fear out there. Yes, absolutely. Eric, what's happening, my guy? Good to see you. Ben, appreciate you, Rob. Happy Sunday, fam. Absolutely. Alex, what's going on, buddy? Everyone is scared of Myria, but I keep buying. There you go. Milk Money in the house. And Benjamin, hey, Rob, did someone forget to hit the big red button? Thought it said dip coming tonight. I think they'll go after the shorts before 91K. If they go after the shorts, I don't think if we get a massive short squeeze, it's not coming back down to 91 because, they would need to go back up to about 115K. That would liquidate about $19 billion in shorts. So I don't think we would come back down from that. Oh, what do we got? Bearded, what's up, buddy? With your experience, does every bull run have trying times like this? Oh yeah, 100%. I've often talked about lately the 54% correction in April, May of the 2021 cycle. And I say imagine the people who are freaking out about a 17, 18, 19, 20% correction on Bitcoin right now. Imagine how they would feel with a 54% correction on it. They'd probably have a stroke or something, right? With all the positive catalysts for crypto right now, a bear market simply should not be possible. I agree. It doesn't make sense to go into a bear market, right? I think we're all being manipulated. Bruno, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. All right, we're caught up in the chat. Let's see what's happening in the news this evening. Let's see what kind of fear is spreading. Crypto Fear and Greed Index plunges to 14. What extreme fear means for your portfolio. Have you checked the Fear and Greed Index lately? The market sentiment indicator just hit 14, signaling what extreme fear continues to dominate cryptocurrency markets. This crucial metric provides valuable insights into investor psychology and potential market movements. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index serves as a barometer for market emotions. It measures sentiment on a scale from 0 to 100. 0 represents extreme fear, and 100 indicates extreme greed. Currently sitting at 14, the index shows investors remain deeply concerned about market conditions. This important tool helps traders understand when markets might be oversold or overbought. When the Crypto Fear and Greed Index reaches extreme levels, it often signals potential turning points. The index combines multiple data sources to create a comprehensive picture of market sentiment. Here's the breakdown: 25% volatility, 25% market volume, 15% social media, 15% surveys, 10% Bitcoin dominance, and 10% Google Trends. 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, right? This multi-factor approach ensures the Crypto Fear and Greed Index reflects genuine market conditions rather than temporary noise, which is what a lot of people fall for, is the temporary noise. However, extreme fear can also signal genuine market concerns. The current reading of 14 suggests investors remain cautious about several factors: regulatory uncertainty, macroeconomic pressures, market volatility, and liquidity concerns. Monitoring the Fear and Greed Index helps you make informed decisions rather than emotional ones. So what should you do when the Fear and Greed Index shows extreme fear? First, avoid panic selling. Historical data suggests that extreme fear periods often precede market recoveries. Consider these strategies, not financial advice. Dollar cost averaging into positions. Rebalance your portfolio according to risk tolerance. Set stop losses to manage risk, and research fundamentally strong projects like ZBEC. Remember that the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is just one tool among many for making investment decisions. Looking back at previous extreme fear readings provides valuable perspective during past market cycles. The Fear and Greed Index has often reached single digits before major rallies began. The current reading of 14 places us in a similar territory to other significant market bottoms. However, each market cycle is unique. The past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Successful investors use the Crypto Fear and Greed Index as part of a comprehensive analysis rather than relying on it exclusively. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 14 clearly indicates widespread investor anxiety. While concerning, this sentiment indicator also highlights potential opportunities for those who maintain perspective. By understanding what drives the Crypto Fear and Greed Index and how to interpret its readings, you can make more informed decisions in volatile market conditions. The key is balancing caution with opportunity recognition. So, are you centered, or are you completely flying off the handle? That's the question, right? Albert says, my wife asks me every day, what did Rob say today? I'm listening. I'm ready. There you go, brother. Calvin, just like the prior 5 years, give it another 5 years. Nice. Trump announces $2,000 tariff dividend for 2026. President Donald Trump announced a plan to distribute $2,000 tariffs dividends for Americans by 2026, potentially through varying forms of tax relief or direct payments, as outlined by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on ABC News. This proposal raises concerns over its funding viability, potentially impacting inflation and prompting increased interest in cryptocurrencies as a hedge against economic volatility. The U.S. Treasury is exploring methods to return tariff revenues to the public, potentially via direct payments or tax relief options. However, direct payments require congressional collaboration and approval, and detailed mechanisms for distribution are yet to be settled. So you know that the Democrats are going to fight the American citizens getting a $2,000 dividend because it's coming from Trump, right? Now, if it was I don't know, Biden or a Democrat president, then they would probably be all over it saying yes, right? So look for if you're a voter, again, I can't tell you what to do, but if Democrats fight Trump trying to give American citizens $2,000, what does that tell you, right? What does that tell you? Key market analysts, including Arthur Hayes and CZ, have weighed in, citing potential inflationary consequences. Hayes called the initiative a political stunt, while CZ pointed at cryptocurrency adoption as a store of value amid such policies. Did you know in 2025 the U.S. Treasury collected $195 billion from tariffs, yet a direct $2,000 payment to each American would require $300 billion. So you'd need almost another $105 billion on top of that. This historical context underscores the challenges of funding such proposals without incurring deficit increases. Another day of noodles in DCA. Yes, I agree, Jack. Candyman says, bad news. A hacker got into my account today and left me a note. He said, please save more money. This was a complete waste of my time. Nice. That was a good one. Candyman, the only one dropping super chats tonight. Holy smokes. Easy says, yo, what's good, Rob? And fam, good to see you, buddy. That's the Dems. There you go. Yep, exactly. If they fight it, it tells you everything you need to know, right? All right, what else do we have? BlackRock leads major Bitcoin ETF outflow event. On October 14th, the day before yesterday, Bitcoin spot ETFs experienced $492 million in net outflows, with BlackRock leading at $463 million. Marking 3 days of consecutive redemptions. Institutional profit-taking led to volatility in Bitcoin's price, while Solana and XRP saw inflows, indicating a strategic shift towards altcoins. So are we seeing that capital come out of the spot Bitcoin ETFs and flowing in to the spot Solana and XRP ETFs? It certainly seems that way. Key players like BlackRock and Grayscale were central to this event. BlackRock, led by CEO Larry Fink, heads institutional Bitcoin ETF activities, while Grayscale saw minor inflows, donating strategic market engagements. Denoting, sorry. The Bitcoin market experienced increased volatility due to the ETF liquidations, impacting prices. Institutional flows remain high, reflecting keen interest despite short-term outflows. The market's focus has shifted towards altcoins like Solana. This outflow event signals potential sector rotation. Historically, similar ETF redemptions have led to interest in Ethereum and altcoins, reflecting strategic adjustments by investors pursuing different market opportunities. The outflows in Solana and XRP ETFs highlight a strategic rotation. I think they meant inflows. This indicates growing interest in alternative cryptos amid market shifts. Investors explore avenues with promising on-chain activity Analysts predict that these events could drive broader market adjustments. The outflows provided insights into evolving strategies among institutional investors, with historical patterns indicating potential returns to Bitcoin post fluctuations. Just checking out the monthly chart on Jasmy, we had that wick down to 2049. I'm interpreting that as a clear and strong support. Yes, you're absolutely right. A lot of buying pressure below that point. So yes. Yo, Azarine, bring on the green candles already. Yes, free pick. What's going on, buddy? It's been a minute. Hope everyone had a great weekend. So far, so good. Passenger says, yes, it is. The money of BlackRock is going full into altcoins while many are crying they are buying. You're absolutely right, Passenger. Absolutely right. You got to watch what they're doing with their money instead of crying about price action. I'm sure Mr. T doesn't want these markets how they are right now. Yes, another fantastic point, Bruno. Midterms are coming up in just a quarter, guys. Like, what, 3 months? Do you think that Trump wants markets looking this devastated or worse come the midterms? Think about that as well. That's an excellent point, Bruno. Dave, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Peter Schiff criticizes MicroStrategy's Bitcoin model as a fraud. Economist and gold advocate Peter Schiff accuses Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy, of operating a complete fraud, sparking significant disclosure within the cryptocurrency community on social media platforms. Schiff's allegations highlight concerns regarding Strategy's Bitcoin-focused model, leading to market scrutiny and potential influence on insider sentiment and company perceptions. So maybe we should put Michael Saylor and Peter Schiff in a boxing ring, put some gloves on them, and see what's what, right? Peter Schiff, known for his criticism of Bitcoin, has labeled MicroStrategy's business model as a complete fraud. His comments target Michael Saylor and stem from Strategy's substantial Bitcoin investments, sparking debates within the financial community. Schiff claims that MicroStrategy's model is destined for bankruptcy, emphasizing the company's reliance on Bitcoin fluctuation value. Michael Saylor, leading the company, Bitcoin-focused strategy, faces mounting scrutiny over financial stability and corporate direction. Schiff is quoted as stating, Master's business model is a complete fraud. MSTR, whatever. Bankruptcy is inevitable. It's only a question of when. The controversy affects MicroStrategy's stock prices, reflecting broader market concerns. Bitcoin holders and stakeholders are similar business models. Observe these developments closely. Insider sales at volume add to community anxiety regarding financial viability. The Bitcoin ecosystem could face price pressures if MicroStrategy's substantial holdings are perceived as vulnerable. The company's future strategy could influence even larger markets and regulatory discussions. Now, guys, I've talked about this so many times, okay? MicroStrategy's cost average on Bitcoin is about $74,000 per coin, okay? They have, 640,000 Bitcoin or something like that, maybe more. What happens when Bitcoin goes into a bear market, and it will go into a bear market, despite what Bitcoin maxis tell you? What happens when Bitcoin's price drops below or gets near MicroStrategy's cost average per coin? Do you think that shareholders are going to be okay holding on to the Bitcoin while it's in a bear market for, I don't know, a year? They're gonna be okay with being at a loss on the Bitcoin holdings? I don't think so, right? I think it's inevitable that at some point you will see selling pressure from MicroStrategy when it comes to Bitcoin. It's just a matter of time, but I don't think that's now. I don't think it's an immediate concern, but it is an eventuality, in my opinion. I don't agree with Schiff on much, but I do agree with him on this part of it. Zach says, to any new viewers, I've been following Rob for almost 2 years, and together and following his advice, I did amazing early in the bull run. Massive ROI. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you, brother. 21 months you've been with me now. Holy smokes. My guy, my dude. Absolutely, man. All right, let's keep rolling here. Let's keep rolling. Bitcoin falls below $94,000 amid market concerns. It's back up over 95,100 right now, though. Bitcoin's value dropped below $94,000 in November of 2025, alarming market analysts about potential deeper losses and reflecting increased volatility in the cryptocurrency sector. The breach to Bitcoin seems, the breach of Bitcoin's key support levels signals heightened uncertainty, influencing market sentiment and prompting significant institutional and regulatory warnings about financial risks. Bitcoin weakened below key trend support levels as experts warn of potential losses. This decline, breaking the 94K mark, has reignited concerns over market volatility, but it is back above that point right now, however, right? So something to keep in mind. Can we stay above there? The drop triggered widespread extreme fear sentiment impacting crypto markets significantly. Analysts noted a direct effect on traded volumes and market sentiment, contributing to broader asset fears. Institutional involvement persists, signaling mixed sentiment. JP Morgan's allocation indicates ongoing interest. Treasury concerns focus on market risks and the importance of regulatory framework stability. BTC remains under pressure, reflecting historical correction patterns. Past events reveal a cyclical trend, underscoring potential for further market volatility and cautionary regulatory alerts. Experts foresee possible regulatory actions and institutional adjustments affecting crypto landscapes. Blah, blah, blah. MicroStrategy will never openly admit that they're selling, but it's ignorant to think, assume, or believe that they won't dump. Yes, 100%. They'll tell everybody they're selling after they sold, right? Water Buffalo, I'm scared. Bear market. You'll be all right, my friend. Real Me says, I read that you are meeting Hara next week. Please don't be easy on him. Yes, I am meeting Hara next week. Hara himself has invited me down to Jasmy Labs, where I will be filming a full mini-series documentary on my whole trip to Jasmy Labs, interviews, and much, much more. We will be releasing the documentary and special backstage footage that will be exclusively over on the Patreon, that will not be over on YouTube. So you're going to want to be over there. And right now, the Patreon is 50% off, guys. So get over there. Welcome to the bear market. Don't get wrecked, says Tony. There you go. Tony said it, guys. Tony said it. I wanted to get into something here from Colin Talks Crypto as well. One of my favorite analysts that I follow. He says the global M2 versus Bitcoin. I got a cough. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. He says, I see people posting this chart in mockery. While absolutely decoupled on the macro and firmly acknowledged as such, this chart is mildly interesting from the perspective of a bounce based on short-term directional correlation. It's actually pretty funny because these people never understood the chart well enough to grasp the end of cycle decoupling phenomenon. He says, we've been talking about it for literally months, where I stated very clearly, quote, very important factor. We know that as Bitcoin neared all three past cycle tops, Bitcoin broke correlation with the global M2. So here's the thing. He's absolutely right, guys, is that most of the people out there talking about stuff like in a derogatory sense, saying that we're in a bear market, or the decorrelation of the M2 or whatever, most of them are leaning on zero education, zero training in charts, and zero experience in the market. They're running highly on emotion, and that's it, right? So jealous you're meeting Hara. I went to Japan in February, and he was Vietnam. Yeah. What's your line of questioning going to be? Well, we're going to talk a lot about Jasmine, obviously, but I really wanted to hone in as well on the Janction token. And I want Hara himself to explain to these people who don't seem to understand that Janction's token is not replacing Jasmine. The two coins do different things, and the ecosystem requires both coins to exist. So I'm going to have him explain it in his own words to people, right? Because I get tired of this misinformation about how Hara's not and Jasmine team is not transparent. And I'm just like, what are you, crazy? He literally invited me down. He invited me down to Jasmine Labs to sit down and talk with him, right? And film an entire documentary miniseries. Like, it doesn't get more transparent than that. Like, what more do you want? Do you want the guy to come to your house and ring your doorbell? And like, what do you want, you know? Sam, do you think Bitcoin will recover? Yes, I do. Max 103 after going down 125. Yeah, it's impossible to understand. Not even the Jasmine Janction army don't know anything about how it works. I mean, a lot of them do, but it's just the problem is a lot of the people that talk about Jasmine on YouTube and stuff like that don't actually do any research. They just do a skim over, right? So they don't understand. What do we got? Dave says, how did you do learning the language, man? I'm still learning, brother. I'm still learning. I got my Japanese for idiots over there, right? That I'm using to learn. Please ask him about why he doesn't hire a web designer. It is one of my questions. It is one of my questions. Zebek is going to be listed on tier 1 exchanges this month. I mean, yeah, that's what the team was talking about, right? Simon mentioned that in an X Spaces that Zebek was going to be listed on in his words, he said it's listing season, right? So, yeah. Can you ask about Jasmine blockchain cloud GPU project updates in 26 roadmap? 100% I can, brother. Hi, we closed below 103K today. What are the chances we get back to 105 to 115K? Not this week, no. This week, no. Probably like 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe. I don't see that. I don't see it happening this week, no. But yeah. What about the market maker, Cecilia? Are they manipulating prices down? Good question. Good question. I mean, he's not, even if he knew that, he's not gonna answer that, right? So, I mean, yeah. Okay, what else do we have? Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling along here. We got this here. Crazy week ahead, by the way, guys. Get ready for some volatility. Look at this. Next week's schedule is insane. Monday, U.S. government reopening. Tuesday, Fed liquidity injection, 10 to 20 billion. Wednesday, FOMC meeting. Thursday, manufacturing PMI data. Friday, U.S. inflation expectations. The biggest bull run in history starts tomorrow. Let's find out. What else do we have? Carlos says, do you see us coming down to 91K? Well, there is a CME. I was talking over on the Patreon tonight about the CME gap between 91,500 and 92,500 that very possibly likely will fill at this point. So I do think we'll see a wick down to that level. But we also have a CME gap between 104,000 and 110,000 as well, right? So, and on top of that, we also, let me just kind of zoom out a little bit here, just so you guys are aware. On the Bitcoin chart, we also have a bullish divergence happening here, as you can see, right? On Bitcoin, on the RSI. Look how oversold we are, guys. 33.48. That's crazy, right? I'm subbing. Nice. Awesome to have you aboard, Water Buffalo. Awesome to have you aboard, my friend. I would consider jumping over to our Patreon community. It's 50% off right now, man. Right. Oh, and what do you think about ICP? I'm not a trader, long-term holder, so I didn't. ICP is a good project. It gets a lot of flack because of, one of the main YouTubers that covers it is kind of a clown, but I'm not going to drop his name here. And they also ended up getting a lot of hate because when they first launched, they kind of got screwed over by Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, who tried to extort them for free coins and stuff like that. So they crashed the price. They manipulated the price up to like $700 or something like that, and then crashed it. And the team got blamed for rugging the project, but that actually wasn't the case, right? So, but ICP, they've come back. I think most people have kind of forgotten about that, and they've been exonerated for that. So, and this is completely neutral, coming from a completely neutral person here, guys, because I don't hold any ICP, but I do think that it is a great project and it will do well, right? So, Zach says, great decision. Water Buffalo, absolutely. Ricky Tan, who likes Hedera? Yes, HBAR is a fantastic project as well. ISO 200.2.2 coming, baby, 100%. Calling out the house hippo. Calling out the house hippo. What are we gonna do? Should we play the house hippo, guys? What do you guys think? Should we play the house hippo? Let's see. I guess we're gonna have to play the house hippo, guys.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you?
House hippo pump. In effect, we need a house hippo coin. Let's get it. Pastor says that Bitcoin CME gap could be a trap. Everyone's shorting. Yeah, you're absolutely right. People could be shorting to get it down there, and then it just doesn't, right? Then it just goes back up to the CME gap at 104 to 110K. Real Me says, thanks, bro. I might join the Patreon. I'm new to the community. Yes, absolutely. We got thousands of members over there, man. Jump aboard, 8 different chat rooms. You can book one-on-one coaching calls with me over there. You can join our group coaching. In fact, tonight at about 9:30, in about 40 minutes from now, we actually have an open mic night session. So you might want to check it out, where everybody just kind of hangs out and chats in the Zoom call. So it's fantastic. Mario says, oh, hell yeah. Ricky Tan says, yes. Cardano, yeah. Hey, I'm a believer in Cardano, though. I am a Cardano holder, so we need the house hippo coin, yes. Do you think this bear trap, or are we really just going to go down from here? I don't think we're going to go down from here. I think we're getting close to a local bottom, and we'll probably chop for quite a while. Probably, could be 6 to 8 weeks we chop sideways, right? Listen, in the 20 year, you know what? I'll show you instead of tell you, okay? I'll show you instead of tell you. And by the way, even with the drop today, have a look. Bitcoin still stayed inside of this descending channel, right? So we're still inside of a bullish structure. We have the CME gap down here. We have a big CME gap up here. So we could go boop, right? But anyway, we have bullish divergence on the 12-hour, right? So, but let's go to the daily here, right? And I want to show you guys something. Let me just get rid of the RSI here. So look at this here, guys, on your screen, right? This right here this dump took about 98 days, right? 54.79%. This was in the 2021, the year of 2021, the bull run, right? Now, right here where I have these 3 arrows pointing at the bottom, what do you think the sentiment was in the market at that point in time? Do you think that there was euphoria everywhere and people had strong conviction? Do you think we got right here and people were like, yes, it's a bull run, we're going parabolic? Or do you think that everyone was saying the same stuff they're saying right now? Bear market, everything's over, no alt season, blah, blah, blah. Or do you think that is what was happening? This was a 50% move down, guys. 54.79% move down that took 3 months, right? Then what happened? Bitcoin went on to put in a brand new all-time high after that happened, right? It shot up 134.90% from the bottom after a 54.79% crash, right? But right here, once we kind of got to the relative bottom, we chopped sideways for 2 months, 61 days, right? So it was 2 months of kind of sideways choppy action before we finally went parabolic. We consolidated, we built some strength, right? We built, a descending channel here, right? And then we smashed to the upside out of it. We built a falling wedge and boom, we went and put in brand new all-time highs, right? Now, I know you're probably sitting there right now going, yeah, but that's Bitcoin, Rob. That's Bitcoin. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's go look at the total two then, right? Let's go look at the total two. Let's see what the altcoins did at that time. Because I know that's what you're interested in, is the altcoins, right? So let's see. Look. Looky, I got hooky, right? What do we see? The same crash happened in the altcoins. From the high to the low. Crashed 59%. The altcoin market cap crashed 59%, right? So at the same time Bitcoin crashed, altcoins crashed, obviously, right? Obviously. And the same thing that's happening right now. Bitcoin's crashing, altcoins are crashing. Then we had this sideways, this is the weekly. Let me go to the daily so that it's the same comparison. Let's go to the daily. Right? So here we are. So what happened? We came down. We chopped from the relative bottom 55 days. Pretty close to the same amount of time that Bitcoin chopped sideways, right? And then what happened? The total two, the altcoins, went on from the bottom to put in, yep, that's right, a new all-time high. The altcoin market cap went up another 180.75%, right? $1.1 trillion. So even though, the point is, even though down here, sentiment was exactly the same as it is right now, all over YouTube, all over X, right? And what happened? And that crash that I just walked you through was twice as bad as the crash we're seeing right now. From my understanding, for right now, Bitcoin is down from the high. How much has Bitcoin fallen from the high here? Let's see. That was, what, 54.79%? Bitcoin right now is only down 24%. So it was twice as bad in 2021. So imagine, if you will, right? Indulge me. If Bitcoin fell another 25% to crash to the same degree that it did in the last cycle, that would put us down around $70,000 Bitcoin. A $70,000 Bitcoin, right? Let's just put that in there for kicks. Let's put that in, okay? Where would that bring us? Oh, look at the same level that was significant resistance all through March, all the way until November, right, of last year. Significant level of resistance. So would it make sense for it to come down and bounce off there? It would make sense. Yeah, it would, right? Here's something that might get scary, though. And this is why you want to be a Patreon member, guys. This is why you want to be a Patreon member, okay? Because, and I was pointing this out to RHI, one of our Patreon members. Shout out to RHI. How you doing? We were walking through this the other day. If we did do that, if we do come down and put in that double bottom right here, right? and bounce back up. But what does that look like to you guys? Right? It's a head and shoulders pattern for those of you who don't know. Head and shoulders patterns break to the downside, right? So if that happens over on the Patreon, if Bitcoin makes its way back up here and meets significant resistance around $106,500, right? Around that area, and it starts meeting resistance here, that for me is going to be a clear sign that it's time to take some profits and GTFO, right? Because on Bitcoin. And keep in mind, after Bitcoin does this, after Bitcoin tops, altcoins run for about 80 to 90 days afterwards. Now, can you 100% rely on that time frame? Obviously not right now, because this market has been crazy and different. So once you get into significant profits at that point, it's not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. But if you see this play out and we come back up and we reject off 106,500, 107,000, it might be time to consider failing, right? So yeah, just putting that out there for you guys. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm showing you. I'm sorry, guys. Here, I'm so sorry. Here, let me show you what I'm pointing out. There you go. There, this is what I'm showing you. See? I apologize for that, guys. I got too into what I was talking about. So if we see that drop down, oh crap. We see that drop down to this level here, where we bounce pretty close here, right? If we get around 70,000 and then we bounce back up again and we meet resistance right here around that 106, we're probably rolling over, guys. That is a textbook head and shoulders pattern right there, right? So you're going to have to be on alert. That's why you want to be over on the Patreon, because if this plays out, we're going to be sitting over on the Patreon taking profits like a crazy person, right? We're not riding this down. So keep that in mind, guys, right? Let's get back into the chat a little bit here. 95K, yep. Seen Dag got listed on Kraken. Nice. Dag's a good project. Constellation for the win. Any idea when our crypto future shirts will ship? Yeah, I still got to go pick them up. They are made, but, I ran into some personal, loss in the family, so I kind of got distracted. I will get them out to you, though. Joe says, Brother Rob, many gaming coins getting delisted. Yeah, again, why do I have to keep addressing this? They're getting delisted from futures trading, not spot trading, right? So completely, it's apples and oranges. So I'm not concerned about it, brother. William, anyone getting on Monad? Never heard of it. River, what's going on? It's rolling, Rob. How long? A long time no see. Yes, where have you been? Good to see you back. Michael says, not in Q4, past halving year, please. No one listened to this guy. Oh, well, Michael, you're free to leave, my friend. You're free to leave. Education is the key. Love what you bring, Rob. Thank you so much. Rise above. Love when you show the charts. Your FMN with them, homie. Yeah, absolutely, brother. So we can get an altcoin season if Bitcoin tops at 106K. Yes, we can. No problem, Albert. Blessings to you, Brother Rob. Wishing you an amazing evening. Hey, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Blessings to you, too. Wow, it's been an hour already. Thanks for replying to me. Hey, I try to reply to everybody in the chat. Everybody. The reason I made the channel was to make sure everyone felt like a part of the community, right? Everybody gets acknowledged. Everybody gets an answer. I know at some point I won't be able to keep up with the chat anymore, but what's your thoughts on Base blockchain? I think anything that's built on Base is gold right now, to be honest with you. Base has been very successful. I'm a fan of Base. I am. So yeah, I think it's good. It's good. All right, guys. Speaking of which, we got an open mic night happening tonight over on the Patreon. I got to get over there. I'm going to pop in for a little bit and probably end up answering some questions. So yeah, get over there, guys. I also dropped 4 new trades in our trading group over there, and I dropped a bunch of new content. Join today, 50% off right now, guys. Do not miss the deal. Check it out today. The link is in the chat. Use the code that's there. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless.